Bonjour, mes enfants. Yeah, it's Uncle Dan the Vinyl Man. Telling you. Do not let your head go bald. Yeah, Uncle Dan the Vinyl Man. Oh, feeling the Hound Dog Taylor today. Yeah, because I got the blues tonight. Yeah. You got him? I know you got him. I know you got the blues. And, honey, I got them, too. Yeah. Okay, I'm here. I'm here because I've been doing some reading. Yeah, Uncle Dan doing some reading. You thought Uncle Dan didn't know how to read. Kind of funny, don't it? Uncle Dan being a lawyer and all. And have a bachelor's and master's degree. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I've been doing some reading about, oh yeah, Hound Dog Taylor. Yeah, Hound Dog Taylor. And Goodnight Boogie by Mr. Matt Rogers. Yeah, Matt Rogers with a foreword by Dan Auerbach and Black Keys. Now this is from, I believe, 2022. I did not know about it until, just a couple of weeks ago. And I done went and ordered it right away, and I read it right away. It's a biography of Hound Dog Taylor, who was one of my two favorite blues musicians. Elmore James, Hound Dog Taylor, those to me, those are the guys, you know, man. Those are my men, you know. Those are the gods for Uncle Dan. His pancake, by the way, saying howdy. But I love Hound Dog and Elmore James. Hound Dog played, as did Elmore, played slide, and this is a kind of Hound Dog approved guitar. It's a Teisco, although it doesn't have the badge on it, but it is a Teisco or one from the same factory. This is a 2 pickup model. Hound Dog shown with a 4 pickup model. On his first album Hound Dog Taylor and the House Rockers, the first album on Alligator Records, which became one of the most, if not the most important blues label in the world, thanks to Bruce Iglauer, and who fell in love with Hound Dog Taylor and put together Alligator Records so he could release a Hound Dog Taylor album, and the world benefited from it. Anyway, this is a fun biography. It does a good job providing background to Hound Dog's life from his childhood in Mississippi up until the years in Chicago, and the success of the band. Discusses at length the difficult, often violent relationship between Hound Dog and Brewer Phillips that ended up with Hound Dog shooting Brewer Phillips and being arrested with and charged with attempted murder. He was still awaiting trial on that charge when Hound Dog died of cancer in December of 1975. But Rogers does a good job of capturing that fractious and profoundly great relationship between those two and Ted Harvey, the drummer. For those of you who don't know, first, if you don't know Hound Dog, shame on you. Go sell all your prog rock records. Sell them for a penny or so, because that's what they're worth. Sell all your prog rock records and buy all of the buy everything on Hound Dog that you can, and listen to Hound Dog rather than that, because Hound Dog was real. But Hound Dog, born in Mississippi, 1917 or something like that, and then moved to Chicago in the 40s, 42, I believe. He had started out playing piano. Initially, was a pianist and played piano down in Mississippi, but took up guitar because he got tired of hauling piano around to gigs. So he took up guitar. He played with people he played with Elmore James. They knew each other. Hound Dog is often considered an Elmore imitator. Not true. They just came out of the same tradition. They both happened to play the same things. So he was no more an imitator of Elmore than Elmore was an imitator of him. Both of them picked stuff up from Robert Johnson, the great Robert Johnson, and picked up "That's My Broom" from him, although Robert Johnson may have picked that up from somebody else. It was folk music. Anyway, Hound Dog played a rough, raw, electric guitar, heavily amplified. Sometimes they'd sit behind their amps because, they weren't using house support on it. They weren't using house sound reinforcement. They weren't micing their amps. The amps were what typically provided the house sound. So they'd play them loud. Hound Dog initially played Sears Silvertone amps. I have one Silvertone now. I've had a number over the years, but I've got a Sears Silvertone now. Unfortunately, it needs some work, and it's one that doesn't take work very easily, but I may have to get another one. Anyway, he played it loud. I recently met a guy at Eclipse Music in West St. Paul, Minnesota. The owner there, whose father used to promote shows, and he was a promoter in Minnesota, in the Twin Cities area, and did promoted Hound Dog. Anyways, one of the shows, and it may have been one of the Ann Arbor shows. You can find it, Hound Dog's performances at Ann Arbor on YouTube. But it may have been one of the Ann Arbor shows that Fender came and provided them with amplifiers and to promote Fender. Well, Hound Dog and Brewer Phillips, his other guitarist in the band, didn't like the sound because they were just clean. They were either twins or super reverbs. They were big Fender amps, which are noted for being loud and very, very clean. So they couldn't get the sound they liked out of them because they were just so clean. So Brewer Phillips rather got to the speakers and razor bladed the speaker cones to make them sound ratty, all with the Fender rep watching them. They'd given them to him, so what are you going to do? Anyway, Hound Dog played really, really aggressive, powerful music, tended to be simple, stripped down. Again, drums, two guitars, with one of the guitarists playing a rhythm, typically a riff-oriented rhythm, a walking boogie, something like that, something like that. So they played that, and people loved it. Hound Dog went after the first album was released. Hound Dog's star started rising. Unfortunately, he died. And unfortunately, he probably would have gone to prison anyway for shooting Brewer Phillips. People tend to look askance at people shooting one another, and the evidence seems undisputed, unambiguous that Hound Dog brought a rifle out and shot Brewer Phillips 3 times, and Brewer Phillips lived, and eventually, just before Hound Dog died, about 2 days before Hound Dog died, went to the hospital, and basically forgave Hound Dog and made up with him. But Hound Dog died then a couple of days later. Hound Dog, to me, was a real artist. He was a real musician. He wanted to please the audience, but he pleased them by playing how he liked to play. And I've struggled for a long time with understanding, how do you know when something's authentic and when it's not? We can tell that. If you listen to Wayne Newton, that ain't real, right? That's all fake. I think of people with great voices. Don Ho, Tiny Bubbles guy. Don Ho had a great voice, but nothing he sang sounded really heartfelt. Man, Hound Dog, it sounded real, right? So anyway, this is just a brief one. This is a very good biography. If if you're into Hound Dog at all, get this, read it, you'll enjoy it. It's readily available from Amazon, Barnes and Noble, et al. You can find it and get it and enjoy it, love it, because Hound Dog, man, he was real, and it seems to me that you can learn something from listening to somebody like Hound Dog and thinking about him, and thinking about authenticity, and thinking about what really counts as art. Okay. This is Uncle Dan, the Vinyl Man, telling you, as always, honey. Do not let your head go bald, children. Hey.